So it's just for an example. If let's suppose sometimes people feel breathless, calm down, breathe easy,
Mm.
yeah, take longer breaths, deeper breaths. So it's not longer and deeper breaths make anybody feel calmer. Is that prana becomes balanced, and in any stage in this universe, if something is in balanced state, it is at its purity, at its best.
Mm.
So the body, it's a smaller universe, it feels balanced. Once it feels balanced, no problem. Everything feels like like a child. Everything is soft.
For more than 25 years, I've been exploring the power of breathing techniques to heal my body from illnesses like corona, dengue fever, and even broken bones. Today, we're going to have a conversation with Yogi Baba Shubh about the healing power of pranayama. Pranayama is a yogic breathing technique where you're focusing on the breathing, and this technique can help you to change the chemistry of your body, relax your nervous system, and calm your mind. Enjoy the conversation. I know that you're an expert in this field. I found your channel and your videos 5 years ago, and I started trying some of the advanced techniques of pranayama that you were teaching. And one in particular, was one to heal snoring. And for my amazed, I tried one night, and before I was going to bed, and I didn't snore that night. And that was the first time in my life that I was able to sleep without snoring.
Wow.
And from that moment was like, wow, okay, I have to go more deep into understanding what breathing really means and what it's doing in the body. So let's begin there, like from this point.
Super.
What exactly is pranayam, and how this can help you to take control over all the aspects in your life?
See, first of all, before we talk about pranayama, we have to understand the process in the womb. What is happening there? So, like a child is inside the womb, cannot breathe, but child still mimics the hiccups happen inside the womb. Child starts to learn how to breathe when the child gets out. So that breathing process actually starts within the womb. If the mother is anxious, child would be anxious breather. If mother is breathing through the mouth, child will do that. Now the thing is, if we talk about pranayam, we have basic 5 pranas. Later I will show you an image also.
Mm.
So these are the major pranas, and then we have 10 sub pranas, then 5 other subcategory of pranas. So every prana has different function in the body. Like Udan Pran, it deals with from throat above till your head. Now next comes from here to here, that is pran. Then comes saman, that is from your lower
Mm.
chest till your abdominal. Then comes Vyan, which is present in your entire body. Saman is in, Apan is in your root chakra. Now, what is happening here? These prans control minute movements of the body, which we call, involuntarily designed mechanism of the body, like a blinking of the eye, hiccups, or breathing pattern. So these pranas basically control the breathing pattern. If
Mm.
one prana goes up or down, then it can happen if it's related with from here to here or with any prana, it can happen. Then the breathing pattern becomes shallow or anxious, or a person becomes mouth breather. From there, the problem starts. The very first thing is the mismanagement of the prana. Prana yam. Yam means to stop something, where you hold it, to have hold on your prana. That is pranayam. how you will have, it's not literally means to hold your prana. It means
Mm.
to have hold on the prana, how you control them, how you can, if you realize, because in day-to-day life, we deal with many things. Let's suppose it's a stressful environment for the brain. You are seeing different things and you have to do stressful tasks. Then it's quite natural your Udana Prana from here to here goes imbalanced. Then the basic reason of problem will start from here, from this. And whenever somebody takes consultation, we try to find the root cause just by talking. What might have happened in their case with their actions, with their diet, with their sleeping pattern, with their other habits, which prana might have gone imbalanced. Then related to that, other questions start. So basic pranayam is the holding and to have the hold on the prana.
So pretty much you can tell where is there an imbalance in the body from somebody just by analyzing the breathing pattern of this person.
Yeah,
Is this what you're saying?
yeah, yeah. So with time, like it's been many years since we are learning into this. Now, the moment we start talking with somebody, we know what's wrong in them.
Mm.
Sometimes we call for their picture because the type of things you are dealing with every day, your face will show that kind of sign. If it in anxiety, you will see the wrinkles, eyes will show in a certain way. It's a very subtle science. But once we deal with it every day by day, we get to know, okay, this prana is imbalanced for sure. So now, let's suppose, now we were talking about this prana. Now we can talk about this prana also, from here to here. What is happening? This will create the similar kind of problems from here to here, and this will also create the similar kind of problems because it is containing the thoracic region, and this will also contain the problem in the thoracic system.
Mm.
So respiratory disorders like fears from
Mm.
water, fears from going out. Suddenly, people feel breathlessness from something, from some fragrances, allergies. All this is related with pranas from here to here. But is it particularly this or specifically this one? Which one gone bad in their case? Then we have to talk to them. What are
Mm.
they doing? Are they so free that they are watching stupid movies,
Mm.
documentaries, the war is happening, so they are creating stress for themselves and they don't know that.
Mm.
For them it's entertaining, but they are creating stress for themselves. At the end of the day, 90% of the problems are from here. 90%.
So you're saying that pretty much all the problems that we have in life is our mind
Yeah,
giving us a
yeah,
certain kind of story that is not real, but we are just thinking about
yeah,
things that haven't happened and we are stressed because of this.
yeah.
And this is affecting the breathing pattern of your life. And then breathing is affecting all the systems of your body. So it's like a chain reaction. Is this what you're saying? No?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is so interwoven in this body. We can take a very minute example. Let's suppose if somebody sees a horrific scene right in front of them, like an accident, it can happen that they feel breathlessness.
Mm.
It can happen. It can happen if somebody sees a dead body in front of them, they can feel breathlessness. But nothing is happening to them. Why they are feeling? Because at the very moment the stress went here and the prana went imbalance and the breath goes up and down. Because what breath does, breath tries to take prana. Breath is not prana.
Mm.
Breath tries to balance the prana by giving that, what you call it, breathlessness feeling or over
Mm.
breathing feeling, so that prana flows with the breath. So, with the friction of breath in the body, prana is generated in the body.
So what you're saying is that prana is the living force. It's
Yeah.
like it's this energy that is keeping the body alive,
Yeah.
and the breathing is helping this energy to flow more
More.
freely and fluid through the body.
Interestingly, I was talking to our Ayurvedic doctor some days ago, and he was referring a sentence in the Charak Samhita, which is a Ayurvedic text. So it was saying, the text says, I will just translate for you, that kapha, we have some doshas in Ayurveda. That kapha is pangu, agni is pangu, vayu is the only troublemaker. If you have trouble in some area, it will stay there. If vayu means air element, air element is the one which will take the disease from one place to another, or it is the element which will make it bigger. So whenever we see some patients with malignant cancer, with the cancer which spreads, or we see some patients with problems, they today they have pain here, tomorrow here, then in the belly,
Mhm.
gastric issues. Patients or people who think too much, overthinkers, their vayu is extreme in their nature. Somehow they are doing those things which create more vayu in them. So breath tries to regulate it. Just by regulating the breath, we feel calmer, not because breath is doing something, because the prana inside feeling that, okay, now I am in the balanced state. In our body, there is a limited number of prana here. There is a number. It is here, it is here. Whenever it goes up or down, then the breath is the one element which will make it balanced. So, it's just for an example, if let's suppose sometimes people feel breathless, oh, calm down, breathe easy,
Mm.
yeah, take longer breaths, deeper breaths. So it's not longer and deeper breaths make anybody feel calmer. It's that prana becomes balanced, and in any stage in this universe, if something is in balanced state, it is at its purity, at its best.
Mm.
So the body, it's a smaller universe, it feels balanced. Once it feels balanced, no problem. Everything feels like like a child. Everything is sorted.
Like everything is flowing,
Yeah,
everything is going
yeah,
with the flow.
yeah, yeah.
I You just mentioned that there's people who are overthinkers, um, and I think that is something that we're dealing with. Um, me myself, when I have a problem, I'm overthinking about the problem, and then this problem is spreading into a lot of plots of stories that I my mind is creating as a worst case scenario, a middle case scenario, but we don't think about a positive scenario. This is very typical. Is pranayama, is this breathing techniques helpful for people who are overthinkers to just calm and relax the mind? Is there like a technique that they can use, that we can use just to focus and regulate the prana in this area and just stay a little bit more focused and not overthink a bad situation, or that something bad is going to happen to us?
So here the thing is, let's suppose somebody is overthinker. We have to see what is the root cause. Without root cause, nobody can treat anybody. Nothing can happen. The root cause is your physical problems bothering you? Is your financial problems bothering you? Are you thinking about the world, how the world is, taking shape? Or is it something that somebody said something to you and you're feeling, oh, why this person said something? Once we find the root cause, okay, if the root cause is something that you cannot control, we cannot control the worldly stage, right now, but still we can control this stage where we are in. So we need to talk with somebody who knows, okay, this situation is worth leaving, or this situation is worth sorting out. If something needs a solution, doesn't matter what you do, you cannot find the solution. But once you calm down, the solution comes to you. So what happens? Once you find the literal root cause of the problem and you see, okay, I'm thinking about this because of let's suppose let's take it I think the viewers will be more interested in knowing um, the financial aspect. You know,
Mm.
if the finances are troubling you, what is happening? First, you need to sort out that okay, either I want to achieve this goal. If this goal is literally you mean to achieve, are you able to work on that goal with that much effort? If you not, if you keep the goal but don't plan out your action, it will keep on lingering in the head. Even if you forget it for 1 day, 2 day, 2 weeks, it will keep on lingering in the subconscious that, oh, I wanted to do something, but I'm not doing any action on that. So once you pave out a path that, okay, I want to go on this track and these are my steps, you're sorted. This will slow down. Prana will become balanced. Let's suppose there is a situation which we cannot handle, or which we cannot sort out. Then, first of all, is to loosen the bodily stress which has already generated because of the overthinking. On female, why on female? Because female body is 100% chemical formula, just chemical form. Something goes here and there, it acts like this.
Mm.
So in their body, it reacts very fast. But this case is implemented, or we can implement this formula on everybody. If anybody starts to take pressure of life, their shoulder will go droopy and stiff and stiff. Then the prana we need to balance is first to leave the stress in the body, that is through asanas, through Shiv Kriya that I generally include in those sessions. Shiv Kriya is not a popular technique,
Hmm.
and I
What is that exactly?
Shiv Kriya is something like you put your hands up in the air and you put your heels like half an inch above the ground and you drop your body. And every time you drop your body, you keep your mouth open. Ah, and when you drop, it will be something like this. Ah, 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 ah. Your whole body will shake. Whole body will shake. Shiv Kriya has three parts. So this is the first part. I don't give this technique completely on YouTube because people will not take advice whether they should do it or not. They will
Yeah.
start practicing it. And if you do it little wrong, then you can have headaches, then you can have problem in the knees because some people go too fast and too strong.
Mm.
So anyways, if done in a subtle way, it releases the body's bodily pressure and then body is ready for pranayam.
Mm.
Then you give pranayam. Then with certain techniques, you make this prana. Simple technique for overthinkers, I'm saying, is to focus on the breath as it goes in and out. Keep your presence here, just at the gates, not even in. Just, just put your attention here.
Mm.
It is not that simple, but it can be achieved to stay here for longer than 2 minutes. Initially, it will take after every 10 seconds, attention goes here and there. But in that practice, within half an hour, a person will feel little calm. Slowly, 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 day by day, day by day, day by day, a calmer state. Calmer the state, the intellect will work super. Why intellect will work super? Doesn't matter how much the person is learned or something. The actions are done from the godly energy. And if we are not present there, like, oh, it's me, I will do it, I have to do it. If we are not there, the ego is not there, then that energy enters, it's already there, and it does the work as it should be. And
Mm.
it doesn't mean the work would not go wrong, it can go wrong also. But that wrong thing is our expectation. We expected it to go in certain direction. But whatever would happen, it happened for good only. So technically, pranayam techniques will differ from person to person.
Mm.
For the person who's overthinking and this prana is going crazy, then simple focusing. No other prana. More breath work we will do, more crazy it will go.
Mm,
Because remember, air will expand.
mm,
So we need to restrict the air element by just focusing. Let the breath be natural, however it is. You just stay present. And then we realize, oh, okay, this prana feels subtle and it feels stable. Because
mm,
its requirement is to be in subtlety. It stays there then. So yeah,
mm.
this is how it works. Yeah,
It's really amazing how breathing is just giving a certain reaction in any part of the body that you're need, needing for some alignment.
yeah.
I would like to go. I would like to go back into what you said about in the female, because this is also for males,
Hmm.
that how to regulate their hormones and the whole chemistry in the body. Is it possible to activate certain glands and certain hormones with the breathing? Is it possible to regulate the nervous system
Yeah.
and change the biochemistry of your body with a certain technique of breathing?
First of all, we need to understand what is the complete breath technique. Complete breath is we breathe slow, 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 slow. First, we fill in the belly. Breath doesn't go entirely in the belly. It will help the diaphragm to expand, which will make lungs to expand more. The, when the moment we fill air in the belly will go up. It will help diaphragm to expand. Diaphragm will get additional help from the belly.
Mm,
It will support the lungs more. Now lungs can expand more. Then we can breathe up here fully. So it is going to be three step: belly, lungs, chest. So
mm,
once we feel this, so but every time we cannot do like this, you know, we cannot do like this. But it is a subtle process. Once body learns it, body automatically will breathe from here, here, and here. It doesn't mean it goes full expansion. It doesn't go through the full expansion, but pattern is the same. So the pattern is, I would say, this is the pattern that body wants to follow. If we want something to be at very restful state, something means somebody, then that person should breathe through the belly. Belly up when breathing in, breathing out, belly in. Generally, I give this example to see the babies, literally carefree babies. Yeah, they don't take stress about anything, and they are breathing. They are breathing from here.
mm,
And if baby starts to breathe from here, the very moment you should check with the doctor that baby is going through something, even if the baby is not able to speak, 2 month old baby.
yeah.
Babies breathe through here
When we are born, we have this natural way of breathing, and why we lose it.
because of stress. Slowly, the stress becomes more, more, more. Prana becomes change, 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 up or down. Then the thoracic system becomes okay. Now I have to breathe from here. Now I have to breathe from here only. It doesn't even fill with lungs sometimes.
Mm,
We tackled many cases with asthma. People were breathing just here, because this is the last part. There is no chance they can fill the belly here, fill the breath here,
mm,
because this has to be the first step. First, second, third. They are directly filling in the third, so there is no point they can go to the first step.
mm,
So eventually, what's happening? One is the stress element, that why we, with life, as we grow, we start to change our breathing pattern. It's with the intention of life also. Some people take birth here to become athletes. Some people take birth to become saints, yogis. Some people take birth to, to look handsome like you, yeah, and to do the podcast.
mm.
Thing is, now every person would have a different breath.
Mm,
Every person, not whole universe. Somebody will match somebody's breath, But all these three people will have a different breath scenario. If, let's suppose, this athlete who is supposed to be strong from the core muscles, who is supposed to be strong, let's suppose this is a runner, is supposed to be strong with the legs, thigh muscles. If the core is strong, his breathing will be stronger from here. If the breathing is here, he cannot or she cannot be an athlete. No way. No way. Then comes if somebody who's here to become a saint, then their breathing pattern is natural because they are keeping their system calm all the time.
Mm.
They are in the natural state. Let's suppose somebody who's right now, if, because I cannot check you, I didn't even ask you before the podcast,
Mm.
if you check your breath is here now, in the lungs,
Mm.
in the lower part. It's not going in the belly. If it goes in the belly, you will see a subtle calmness keeping all the aura around. So I will give you just, your viewers will see this
Mm.
full change. Just for one moment, close your eyes and put
Mm.
all attention on your belly. People can see your facial features more prominent. People can see that calmness on your face. That will be just focusing on the belly. And you'll be looking handsome than before. Just by focusing on it. Beautiful.
Wow.
When you will see this video, you will see everything changes around you. The moment you are calm, your aura, your facial features, everything changes. Suddenly everything becomes calm. How do you feel just by focusing on 20 seconds? Yeah.
I practice daily meditation, and I try to be very aware of my breathing during the day as well. But I I think that I never took just 10 seconds just to see and feel my belly, like right now, without thinking that I have to do anything. And I just felt immediately that I was getting in peace, that I was getting relaxed.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
uh, it's really amazing how by just putting your focus into one part, um, it's just bringing your energy in that area, and that is causing an effect in your mind or in your whole body. But the effect was immediately. I just felt it right away. Is really really
Yeah,
amazing.
it's very sharp. And at the same time, if, let's suppose, you were saying about the snoring problem that got sorted.
Yeah.
The biggest problem in the snoring is everybody thinks the problem is here or the hair.
Mm.
Problem is actually here. That is the thing. But also, because of this, problem came here. Root cause is here. So what happens? First of all, the nervous system becomes calmer with Ujjayi pranayama. In some cases, it will not work. In some cases, it will work like this. If the problem is not starting from here, if the problem is starting from here, then it will not work in one day. It might take time. But if the problem is here, then it will work in the single night. Um, what happens when this structure inside there are little muscular uh, what you call it muscles, little
Hmm.
small sinus muscles, not sinus muscles, sinus cavity, but right close to the nose. I don't know what we call them technically, but they are little muscles. If they get swelling because you smell something, or maybe you got allergy from something and they got swollen somehow. Now this is outer problem, not inner problem. Something from outside came inside, the body reacted to it. Now this got swollen. Now because of that, your your system needs to breathe. But what is happening? Your breath is not going smoothly. When breath is not going smoothly and when you're asleep, then suddenly you need to open your mouth to breathe more. And when you open your mouth to breathe more, because breath is not going smoothly, it is striking those muscles and then going like this, oof, inside, inside, going like this.
Mm.
And when it comes in contact with the back of the tongue, it gives it irritation to the tongue and the back of the neck. And because of that, tongue wants to touch the air to make the balance so that air flows goes in. And because of that, the whole snoring thing happens.
Hmm.
Just by either, now this is the case from where when the problem is coming from outside. Now in this case we have to clean this area. If it's from dust or something like that, we have to take those precautions. Then simple pranayamas will work here, like Nadi Shodhan and Kumbhak.
Mm.
Now in other case, when the problem is here, now when nervous system is in stress, then blood pressure is in stress. And when we do the Ujjayi pranayama, we try to squeeze in these muscles in.
Mm.
So right here goes carotid sinus, we call it.
Mm.
And it goes then to the brain. Up.
Mhm.
It goes one part under the neck and one part goes here. So it's like a small V kind of structure comes here. Very small. That is the regulator of blood pressure.
Mm.
When we squeeze in and we try to make this sound, it goes in. Why the sound? Because when we are making the sound, when that's when the breath is going in. And
Mm.
at that point, that whole irritation thing behind this, that is getting a sense in the body that, okay, we have to take control of that.
So is that the sound is creating a vibration that the body's feeling that it's time to relax?
Yeah, yeah. And this is creating pressure here on carotid sinus. And this creates balance
Mm.
in the blood pressure and creates calmness in the nervous system.
Mm.
The very moment nervous system is
Mm.
calm and the blood pressure is calmer, suddenly you feel, oh, there is no snoring. No snoring at all. Because it was due to pressure from here. Why? Why pressure here creates snoring? Because at the same time, when we have pressure here, we breathe shallow, just here. And then at night, because body needs air, it needs this oxygen. Brain to function well, I think 80 to 90% of oxygen is consumed by the brain only. Yeah, doctors know it better. But I heard this from doctors that okay, more of the oxygen is consumed by the brain. Now at night when we are sleeping, body is in the mode of repair. It's repairing itself. And once it's repairing, now it needs air, oxygen to repair itself. Now at night it wants to repair, and for that it needs more air. And throughout the day you were breathing shallow, and system says, okay, breathe now through mouth. Then snoring happens from here to there. It becomes tight. Nervous system calms down. Body knows, oh, everything is okay. There is no need of extra oxygen because brain doesn't have to do much now. It has to do just the regular things. There's nothing much
Mm.
to keep sorting out. Snoring gone. It's that simple. For this, like this whole thing works with blood pressure patients also who have high
Mm.
blood pressure because this is the controller of blood pressure. Now, if you put your fingers here and here, you will see a beat also.
mm,
You know? That is the same beat where doctors check whether the person is alive or dead.
mm,
That is actually the controller, the control sense. That's why in India, there is with yogis there is quite prominent saying that do not let somebody touch your body because they don't know what they are touching.
mm,
If you are into a system like you try to grow towards enlightenment, then we need to preserve our energy in every part. Even one point of energy, we need to preserve it. So we don't want to waste it. If somebody touches at a wrong point, it may happen that body goes into the repair mode because of that. We don't want that. So the basic formula behind Ujjayi pranayama and the snoring is that only. This prana, Udan prana goes in balance.
it's really amazing how um, the breath can regulate so much in the body. I heard a yogi from the Himalaya once said, take control of your breath and you're going to take control of your whole life.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that because I think I was 16 when I heard that. And it was like until I think 15 years later that I really understood how powerful is the breathing when I start exploring a little bit how to um, calm down my nervous system. And also because I come from Costa Rica and I'm living in Germany, I'm a Caribbean guy, a Caribbean boy. I'm used to of being in a warm weather, in the beach, in the sun with no clothes. And then I arrived here and then I had to deal with winter.
Yeah.
And I start using also breathing techniques to cope with the cold
Hmm.
till the point that I was able to say, okay, I'm going shopping. It's minus 3 degrees Celsius outside. And I was going on a t-shirt to the supermarket that was half a kilometer away. And I was walking
Hmm.
outside, everybody with winter jacket. And I was going like this. And
Yeah.
that was a moment where I realized, wow, this is so powerful. It's not that I just said like, I'm going out and this is going to happen. It's just, I prepared like 5 minutes before with some breathing technique to just adapt my body or to tap something into my body. I'm still don't know how everything works, but I try to focus like how you made with me right now in some area here in the core or in the belly, and then my body was activated to perform in a certain environment, and I found it very very compelling, very interesting when I realized that I could heal myself from corona or from a broken collarbone just with the breathing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what is if you could I don't know if you could share one example of something that you have dealt with or you have healed for you or some of your patients with just the power of breathing.
Yeah. So I'll give you one example of one cancer patient. So they detected cancer in her breast, and to detect, they had to take sample from her breast. So they didn't even take one sample; they took two, three samples from different lymph nodes and all. So at the end of the day, she was taking medicine, chemotherapies, and all the stuff, but nothing was happening. She was going up and down, up and down, up and down in her health. That's it. Sometimes she would feel okay, everything is okay. Then they would test, but the tissue is still there and all that stuff. So somebody told her about us, and she came through a reference, and I said, okay, we can practice some yoga, and we will see. And she thought, okay, with yoga, this guy just said, okay, you will breathe and you will heal. And she didn't trust the system. And somehow she kept on postponing to come to us to learn yoga and all this. So after a few weeks, or maybe a month, I would say, she called up and said, today we are going for a chemotherapy. So she said, just one last time, tell me just to take my blessings that everything shall go fine with chemotherapy and all this stuff. And I told her, don't go for chemo. Now, this is to say this is a big thing. I told her, don't go for chemotherapy. You don't need it. You don't have that cancer that can grow and that needs chemotherapy. She said, but you never checked me. I said, I just know it. I saw you. That's more than enough for me. In India, as yogi, we also try to avoid, touching women. We try to avoid it. So then, okay, she said, okay, if you say, I will talk to my husband, I will talk to my father-in-law also, but you have to talk to them. You have to convince them. I said, gee, see, this is not my duty to convince them, but you put them over phone. I will tell them this is the situation. So this is what she did. I told them, okay, this is the situation. You bring it to her. I give you my guarantee that she'll be fine. She said, okay, yes, you're saying that is your guarantee. I said, okay, done. So next day they came. So I gave her some natural diets to eat, just natural food, nothing more than that, and gave her yogic system, including Shiv Kriya. Gave her some breathing techniques that it had, as far as I remember, Shiv Kriya was there, Nadi Shodhan was there, Kumpak was there. There is another breathing technique that I don't share over YouTube. That is excessive breathing out. That technique, you just keep on breathing out, but don't breathe in. It keeps on going for 5 to 15 minutes. So this technique was also there with some few asanas. Then what happened? After 2 months, she said, I'm going for a test just to check that I need your blessing. I said, just go bluntly, just you do whatever, take your scans. And she called me next day and she said, there's no cancer in the body. There's no cancer in the body. But what is happening with her? The tissue they took from her that has not healed. It has not went into the whole healing process even after 2 years. The lymphatic nodes are still healing. So in our yogic system, we consider there are some points here also, in the hands also, in the entire body. These points were used in the martial arts to harm somebody, and these points are also used to heal somebody. And they have destroyed her one healing point. So when we figured out, then I said, okay, it will take time. Do not do hard work so that if you pick your kids up and all the stuff, it will put pressure in the chest. Don't do that. Then it will take a little time and you'll be healing soon.
Mhm.
So now she's in that healing process. The cancer is gone. Just that is healing. So that we have seen just with the breath work.
Just with breath work.
Just with breath work.
Wow.
We put her through different regimes of like the same pattern, but first slow, only 2 minutes. Then okay,
Mm,
vigorously,
mm,
slowly, super fast and stronger. We created the schedule. After a few weeks, we changed it. We took it to a level slowly because when the body wants healing, we
mm,
cannot put body under pressure.
mm,
Even the pressure of morning walk, even the pressure of yoga techniques, it's a pressure for the body if not done correctly.
mm,
So we put the smooth pattern in the healing way,
mm,
and
mm,
we saw the result in 2 3 months. And I
mm,
think it will take her another 3 to 6 months before her lymphatic nodes could
mm,
go back in that healthy stage.
mm. How's the lifestyle going to affect this? Because if you're entering into a healing process, for
Mm,
example, like in
mm,
this case, using pranayama, using breathing techniques just to start healing the body, but you continue to eat rubbish or eat your unhealthy
mm,
diet and keep
mm,
stressing your mind with, I don't know, with
mm.
media or with whatever is giving you stress. Is this going to affect the healing process?
Yeah,
Is it possible to heal only with breathing and not allowing the body to get rid of all the stress that is surrounding us?
I would say on your question, it's something like you are doing 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. You are progressing with meditation with the pranayamas, but at the same time eating wrong food, again coming back, again healing, again coming back, again healing, again coming back. And this will keep on going. In yogic system, we say first brain is in the gut.
Mm.
Second brain is this. This is the third one. But we are doing the opposite. We say, okay, this is the technical thing. This is where we heard, oh, I hear my heart. Then I took my actions. Some people say, okay, it was my gut feeling. But initially, it is from here, then here, then here. This is for the technical aspect of the things. To understand, if I say, if I just drop this glass, it will fall down, yeah?
Mm.
So to understand how it's happening, it's this. The job of this brain. To memorize this experience and to never to repeat if it's a bad experience, that is job here. But whether I should try this or not, that is here first.
Mm.
So in the first go, everybody remembers, I think, everybody remembers their childhood. Everybody does. If we see, I'm talking about 3 years, 2, 3 years when the child is like 2, 3 years old. But because we are so much indulged in other activities, we think we only remember clearly after 4 or 5 years time period. We remember everything
Mm.
clearly. But if you go back in that time when you are 2 or 3 years old, and you see every child, or you see any child in that age, kids are doing whatever this gives them motivation to do, and this feels good to them, then they learn whether this was a good experience or a bad experience.
Mm.
That is the natural law of the system. But because that clever, cunning people, they created education system, that okay, you need to feed information here only.
Mm.
In India, education system is something like this. If you remember more things, you get more points in the exams.
Mm.
But the physical system is little weak. I don't know the condition now. Now I think, I hope it must have improved. But when we were learning, remembering doesn't pay anything. The physical knowledge of doing something gives so much of benefits.
Mm.
So this is the thing. 1, 2, and 3. If we can again get back into the same natural zone, then the whole rubbishness of this will go away. Because this says, this looks tasty, this food looks delicious, I can have it. But if you listen to this will automatically say, oh, after this I have to feel bad. You know,
Mm.
this already knows. So if we listen to this, we will not have motivation to eat silly food.
Mm.
If we listen to this, then we say, oh, I have to sit with my friends. Because of that, I have to accompany them. Then I might have to drink a pint of beer, or maybe I have to drink alcohol, or maybe I have to drink something else, or maybe I have to eat something else just to accompany friends. This is this saying. If you have a good friend, then you are connected here. Even if you're just sitting there without eating, everybody's happy that you are there.
Is there a specific simple pranayam or breathing technique that we can start applying for somebody who is like for somebody who this topic is very new, that they can say, okay, I can start applying this just to start from a point and getting control about my health and my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. The best technique is simple and very simple. That is Nadi Shodhan. Shodhan means to cleanse, the churning. So the right nostril and the left nostril. Just churn the breath in this so that every prana becomes balanced. It's very simple. Just fold your first two fingers, put this Little pressure here just to close the nostril. Breathe fully again. Belly, then lungs, then chest. Keep on breathing. Breathe out through the same nostril. Simple. Very gentle. Very gentle. Just by breathing in through the same, exhaling through the same, and changing. Basic cleaning is everybody must do to keep their life balanced every day. Cleaned, balanced. Just this much is a must. A must. And it has such a potential. If your nadis are clean, just the right and left nostril, you'll find there is a balance in life automatically. Automatically. It's not the miracle of something special is happening. It's simple that your whole system becomes tuned and toned at the same time with the nature. The first we were saying, no, once the balance is maintained, everything becomes smooth.
I believe that. I believe that it's been very useful for me. I practice it daily, different techniques, and how you said is like a very gentle touch,
Yeah, very
just
gentle.
to close it,
Yeah,
but you see the effects right away in your mind. It's calming your system, it's calming your mind, and then you can start your day with a different energy, a different
yeah.
vibration. How we say it, yeah.
I think people would also want to know. I think 2 to 5 minutes are more than enough of this practice. 2 to 5 minutes are more than enough. Once in a day for a daily practice. That's good. Some people go with the count. I don't prefer that. With the count, we have to indulge this one. And yoga is not about this one. So it's better to go with the time. Okay, you spend 2 to 5 minutes. Don't even check the clock. Just you know that okay, this much is enough. Good.
Thank you so much for all this information. I think this has been for me like a master class, and learning how to regulate the body with the breathing. And I believe that it's not only the breathing. I mean, the breathing, of course, is a very essential part of how to regulate the body and how to keep the body alive, because it's the primary um, way to release all the toxins of the body. Um, but I believe that next to the breathing, there's a lot of things that we have to take care, like our healthy eating, like what we're drinking, like what we're putting in our minds, like what are we reading, what are we watching, what are we hearing during the day. I think everything is very essential, but I believe that also that breathing is like the starting point to start taking control of your life. So I really appreciate so much all these insights, and I hope that the people also here who want to watch this conversation, they can take something positive and start learning and taking control of their lives with this as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. I believe wherever this conversation goes, everybody must find, they shall find enough motivation to take care of their health, their wellness, and with their wellness, the wellness in the world is automatic.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
not only this shall solve the personal stuff, but the worldly stuff also.
Mm,
This is the wish. Yeah.
that is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, Shub. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
I
for the
hope
best.
that this is not going to be the first conversation. I know there's
Mhm.
more coming.
There's a lot to talk about.
Definitely. Thank you,
Yes.
bro. Have
Thank
a wonderful day.
you. You too. You too. Take care.